Well, Duke is all suited up and ready to go. We have a deer down on this Thanksgiving Day, wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving. He's waiting for us to get our stuff together. And yes, he gets to ride in the front seat because he opens up the door, and that one is latched shut, so he can't open it. So I'll get back with you when we get down the road. Well, we're suited up and we're getting ready to pull out. My husband got a doe out of a tree stand, and it's going to be pretty much of a haul. I'll see how much I can tape of him tracking, but he's excited. He's ready to go. He's waiting. We have a couple little maintenance things we got to do on the side by side. But Dookie Duke, you ready to go? Are you ready? Yeah. I'll get back with you when we get on down the road and see where we're going to start from and see how far we're going to have to track. So stay tuned. This is some of the terrain that we're traveling to get to the spot. I'll just record this a little bit. Coming up that long hill, that was some rough terrain, and then it kind of levels out, so this is a little bit better. We're on about 3,500 acres that we lease, and we're a hunting club. We have about 35 members, and here's kind of what the terrain looks like. Duke is excited. He knows what's going on. Can't wait to get there. One of our green fields. Okay, this is where our journey begins. He was up in a tree stand here somewhere, and we're going to start out this way, and he's getting him tuned into his collar. Do you know what brand of collar that is? What's it called?
No, I'll tell you in a minute.
We'll have to figure out
Pathfinder.
that it's Pathfinder on his collar. So it hooks up to the phone, and it turns on, and we like it pretty well. It's done really good for us. It's not a paid sponsorship or anything. This is just a collar that we've had. And the only thing is you got to have a fully charged phone, because if you're tracking more than a couple of hours, it really eats up the phone power. But as you can see, we're way out here. We drove for about 10-15 minutes on the other side of the property. It's the green field right here, and he said this is where we start our journey. And you can hear Duke in the background. He's ready to go. I don't know how much I'll be able to keep up with him. Like I said, we have about 3,500 acres. We have about 35 members, and sometimes the other two deer, he's tracked two deer. They were another members. So this is our first doe for the season, and boy, do I really need it. I'm out of deer burger, and it'll be a blessing to have that meat in our freezer, and we do eat a lot of deer meat, and that's mainly what I do is we cook a lot of deer meat. But you can see the trail goes on down that way, and we manage all of our green fields, plant them, we put out minerals, vitamins for the deer to grow really good, nice antlers. So we'll continue on once we get on the trail and see how much I can keep up with him. And I'm going to try and keep up with them. But as you can see, we walked all the way to the end of that green field, and we're walking sideways. An old lady doesn't walk sideways very well. And just for the record, when I shoot a deer, he usually doesn't leave the green field or go very far. So we'll just continue on with that one. Just go. I'll be there. I'm coming. And we're continuing on. After I fell down, you can see the creek bottom down there. And he's thinking that that's where it went. So we'll continue on. He's circling around. He's going to show him where the starting point is. Okay, we're below the tree stand. See the, well, you can't really see it. But the tree stand is right there in the center of the shot. And this is what the bottoms here that he looks, that he was hunting. And you can see there's a hat up on the side of the hill, and Duke is already picking up on it. So we're gonna head that way. He marked his trail with a hat, so he's showing it to him now. So he's on the trail now. And people think that he's tracking the red stuff. It's not that. It's that the deer secretes when it's shot. It secretes a hormone out of its hooves, and that's what we trained him to, and that's what he tracks. So he's going down, and I need both hands to be able to make this terrain, so I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, I'm kind of skirting the side and making it down to the bottom the easiest I can, but he's on the trail, and I'm gonna walk down this way. Yeah, a little bit earlier, I stepped over a branch or a log and right into a hole, and I'm glad I wasn't recording at that time. We're here at the bottom, and there he goes. And then we're going to have to make it back up the other way. Over on the other side of that ridge is a road. So we'll see where it ended up at and where he's going to drag it to. And I didn't know if I could be able to keep up with him or not. He's making his way back and forth through the woods and a lot of briars and stuff. Ooh, almost went again. The armadillos get in here and start digging a lot of holes, and then all these leaves are down. It must have went across that creek. There he goes down in the creek.
I quit tracking blood back there. I need to.
All right, we're back. After a little excursion of going around and around, we lost the red stuff over here. So we went ahead and went across the creek looking over there. The dog went that way. He's looking over there. I told him he needs to trust his dog and follow his dog because it would look like he was on the trail. And lo and behold, here it is. He's over, well, you can't see him. I was hoping you'd see his hat, but he's about 30 yards into the flats over there, and he went across the creek. I stayed on this side, and I think Thanksgiving dinner's going to be a little bit late. I don't know that he's going to drag it up that ridge, and we have to drive around on the other side, or if this is close enough, we're going to pull it this way. I've dragged many a deer in my years of hunting. Like I said, me and my husband have been members here for about 20 years. And in our younger days, yeah, trying to hit the turnaround button with gloves on. But our younger years, we could throw deer over our back and haul them and drag them, but I'm just not into all that anymore. I can't hardly carry my own self across some of this terrain, but it's kind of crazy. I'll show you where we came from. Well, I'm right on a ridge, so there I am again, finger. But this is where we got to go up and over. He went across the creek right here in this little area, and I have to really watch where I'm walking. As I stepped over that branch and down I went. So if the camera goes flying, you'll know why. But I'm down here in the bottom, and I'm just hanging out down here till they picked up some more trail. But we're very blessed that we got this harvest, and we'll just continue on. Okay, let me see if you can see him. But I'll come back when he gets a little bit closer. We're going to decide what to do. But Duke is very excited. He's happy, and I would love to film it, but I'm not getting down in that creek and going across, even though I have my creek boots on. But we'll see when he gets back closer over here. I'll come back. Okay, he's got it tied up, and it's a pretty good sized doe. And like I said, he was tracking over that way. Duke went over that way, and lo and behold, it was right there on the side of the ridge. So keep coming this way, where I'm at. So I guess we're gonna have to pull it up this ridge since he's coming this way with it. So number 3 for Duke. We haven't lost another one yet. So, and we may never have gone up that way because we lost the trail. Get him off of him. And he likes to chew on the deer. So right here in front of me.
Is that where I came up?
Yes. Come right on this side, on the other side of that big tree.
Okay.
So we'll get back. I'll be probably tired here in a little bit. Okay. So this is the plan. We're not going to be able to go up that way. So he's going to take the deer. We're going to go across the creek and go off that way and hit that road on the other side. Okay, this is where we came from, about 30-40 yards that way, and this is where we've got to go. And he just took a break, and he's off again, and we have to go. I don't know if you can see it. We're almost to the road where those there's some red paint. See if I can see it. Some red paint on those trees up there. So if we can make it there, but then he's got to walk up the road, and the four-wheeler is back over there. So we are traipsing along, but he's happy he found it. Duke is living his best life. He's loving it. So we're making our way to the road. He's about ready to give out. But it's a doe. We'll get it back to the skinning shed and weigh it. I'll let you know how much it weighs. It's a good size doe. Like I said, we manage our deer, and we make sure that we go for size and we don't shoot young. Our club has stipulations on the size of deer that we shoot. So anyway, we try and just shoot for size and not just take everything. We have so many spreads, so many points. We don't shoot 2-year-old deer. Has to be a mature deer. And same with the does. They got to be pretty mature. So here he goes traipsing up the hill, and that's where I'm going. So I'm going to take a break a minute and we'll get back with you. Thank you, Lord, for whoever invented four-wheelers. He said just to wait here, and he went back up. I'm babysitting the deer, I guess, but he's going to go back up to the road, and he's going to bring it down that trail, and I'm just going to wait here. Made it about halfway up. Of course, it's better going up than it is coming down for me because I fall pretty easily. But yeah, this is some of the more rugged land. I was going to say in another video that I'm not going to show because it got dark and all you could see is my lips moving. So I'm not going to show that one. I'll show, I'm going to hunt this evening somewhere. And I was staying in this morning, and me and Duke stayed in, and I was going to get Thanksgiving dinner in the oven. And because we have a camper, I just cook up everything is pre-made, but I heat it up in small portions, but so it won't take long. But what is everybody else having for Thanksgiving? I picked up a turkey, apple lane turkey. We ate some last night. It was wonderful. Nice and moist. They're already pre-sliced, and that's what I need for out here. I pre-made my dressing. I made mashed potatoes, and then I made turkey gravy to go over all of it. And we did dig into it last night, and it was wonderful. And my husband, it's not Thanksgiving for him unless he has the cranberry. He likes the gel cranberry out of a can. But no, I'm not going to do that because I made cranberry orange jam probably a couple years ago. That's when I first started canning, and I was learning to can things, and that was easy to make. And so I brought that, and he put that on there. He said that's better than what comes out of a can. So I've got more of that. And I made cranberry strawberry jam, which is like for me, I put on there a Christmas jam, and I give it for gifts at Christmas time. And then I brought some of that out, and then the cranberry orange, he said, is wonderful to go on our Thanksgiving dinner. And I've also got a green bean casserole and sweet potato casserole. So I'm going to portion those up, I guess, for our Thanksgiving meal this afternoon. And we'll take this deer and that we harvested and put it on ice. And we do process our own deer. We have a commercial refrigerator, and we quarter it out and put it in buckets and let it drain for about a week. And then we'll go back and I'll grind everything up with this dough. Probably the majority of it is going to be burger. We go through a lot of burger because of my digestive issues. I don't do a whole lot of like roast or like the heavy meats or the stringy meats. I can't eat those. But we do go through a lot of burger. I cook with a lot of burger. Instead of doing like a stew with chunks of meat, I'll do like a hamburger stew. And I'll do hamburger. And I get the farmer that when I run out of burger, there's a local farmer that we get local sourced. And he gives me the fat and stuff. And it's wonderful. It's the tallow type. He sells the beef and stuff. And he just gives it to me whenever I buy a package of, we get some ribeyes and some burger, and then he'll just throw in some beef fat for me. He always does that. So I use that, stick it in the freezer, and I'll portion it out and make the burger with the majority of this deer right here. We take out the back straps and the tenderloins, and I'll hang on to those for a little while. And if I happen to do a cookout or something, I can cook those, and I cook them not real, not really well done. They're kind of medium rare, and then that's easy for my system to take down and digest. So that's basically what we're going to do. Very blessed that he got this deer, and that'll get some more meat back in our freezer. And we don't have to rely on my farmer, my poor farmer. I hate to tell him, but he's not hurting. I mean, he sells whenever I go. He has a truck that he pulls up to a local farmers market, and I have to get there at the exact time. Like if he's there on Sunday from 1 to 3, you be there right at 1 o'clock, and I may be third or fourth in line. But as I'm standing there waiting to do my order and stuff, there's a line that's all the way backed up. So it's just wonderful that people are shopping local and getting stuff from their local farmers. And it looks like he hit a tree. I see the tree moving. But from the, shopping local and getting stuff from the farmers market, and even though that's getting very expensive too, but farming is getting very expensive. So anyway, I'm going to break off here. I'm going to see, he should be coming down the hill any minute. We're going to load this deer up, and I'll be back with you when we get back to camp with it. Look at him. I was going to film him. Daddy's chopping some trees down to get through there. He comes back and sees if his deer is still here. But he was making a beeline down through there. Ooh, that sun is bright coming through there. Watch, there he goes. He just has energy. What it is to be a pup. He has tons and tons of energy. I'll be glad when a little bit of that energy is worn down. Any of you that watch if you watch my previous videos, and I didn't mention to say, it's wonderful to have you here. I have some new subscribers. This isn't a lot. This is my first filming on a deer harvesting, and me and my husband have been, like I said, we've been a part of this club for about 20 years, and we've been hunting. So most of my content is from the backyard, but with my chickens, and hopefully at some point we get back. I want to do meat chickens. My whole idea, I guess, if you all haven't realized that, is preserving everything we eat. I have gardening that I do. My pantry is full. Very rarely do I go to the grocery store for anything. I shop at farmers markets if I need to, which I haven't had to. I had an abundance. I had an awesome crop of tomatoes this year. But I just want to thank everybody that is joining me on my journey. Oh, this is a little bit better picture. I'm trying to get not right in the sun, but not in the shade either. But I'm wanting to thank everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful Thanksgiving Day. This is my Thanksgiving Day, and you'll probably view this a little bit later on, but I appreciate you all following me on my journey. If you like my content, subscribe, hit that like button, the share button. That helps me get more followers or more exposure, and that would be greatly appreciated. Thought I saw something going through the woods there. Now I'm starting to see things, but I guess he's stuck up at the top of the hill. He's trying to cut a couple little trees down so he can get down through here, just to try and not drag this deer. I asked him, I said, are you gonna hunt this bottom down again anymore? He said, sure he is. So we'll see what he's gonna do. But here comes, this is what I wanted to show you. Comes to see if his deer's still here. She's still here. Boy, you're going to take a good nap this afternoon, aren't you? You're such a good boy. You did a good job. Good job, boy. Good job. So he tries to, he don't want to get too far from her. He runs up there and checks on Daddy, and then runs back down here, make sure his deer's still here. But anyway, I appreciate everybody that's following me and that's viewing my videos. And this is a little bit different than what we do. And I think that's great. Have a little bit of different adventure. And this is kind of our Thanksgiving. Some of our kids have gone up to New York to other family members. And I think my youngest daughter is working, so she works nights. And so they don't do a whole lot, and so that just gives us, we spend Thanksgiving and Christmas out here hunting. And it took a few years for the kids to get used to that, but this is kind of our time away. And we kind of escape the hustle and bustle and all the craziness. Now we are going to go back. There's this hunting suit that he wants, and that's what he's getting for Christmas. He already bought me some of my Christmas outfits, so we're pretty much done. But we are either Saturday, either Friday. We haven't decided yet if we're going to go back Friday or go back Saturday, but we are going to go back Saturday for the Iron Bowl. Roll Tide. It's at 6:30. It's an evening game this year, but we're going to hit the hunting Bass Pro Shop or Cabela's, whichever it is now, but to get his suit, and that's going to be his Christmas present. So that's going to be interesting. I hate crowds. I hate getting out, especially on Black Friday, and I told him I really want to do that, and he said we can go Saturday too. I think the sales are still on. So we'll see what happens. I'm still waiting on him to get down the hill. But like I said, I appreciate you all feeling thankful and blessed that we got to harvest this deer, and we'll have some more meat in our freezer. And yeah, this is just an adventure, and this is what we do during Thanksgiving and Christmas. Now, there's been times that we had people, kids. We have 14 grandkids and 3 great grandkids, and some are in Michigan, some are in New York, some are around the area here, and they've come down for the holidays before, and we opted to change our schedule around and be home for whenever they come. But everybody's doing their thing and everybody's busy, and I don't expect them to have to be over at my house for anything. So I just tell them, take time with your family and enjoy. And we have the pool, so we have summer parties and everybody comes over for the summer, and that's kind of our family time then. But anyway, I see that tree going down, so he should be heading down here in a few minutes, and then I'll get back with you here in a little bit. Well, it looks like he's coming down the hill. Thank goodness. I get to ride, and the best part is I get to ride back up. All right, he got down here, so he's undoing all this, and I'm going to show you this cool lift. And this is how old people get the smart way. We work smarter, not harder, trying to get that. Duke, come here. Come here. How we get this lifted up. And back in the day when we were younger, I remember many a times lifting it up and lifting deer up into these 4-wheelers that had really high back ends on there, but he flips it up.
Oh, we're just going to throw it back here.
Right. Those days are over for me. Of course, my days of crawling down here in the bottoms was over too, I thought.
Yeah. This is how we old people do it. You'll get that.
This is our first deer of the year, so once this gets cranking, we get it pretty well, but this is our first time this year we've put this out.
Yeah. I don't need that. Let me make this one work.
Duke! All right, we got it all hooked up. So we have a winch and the back with and we turn the tailgate down and just hook it up to the winch. Duke, leave her alone. Get away. Get away.
Of course I get it ready.
All right, he's got a makeshift harness. We got it harnessed up, and he's gonna line it up with the truck. And Duke is like, "Where are you going with my deer?" Duke.
Button, down, low button. See it?
The extend,
Go.
retract.
Retract. And stop. Thank you.
And then we let the tailgate down, and the deer is loaded. And we are back up at the green field after a traipse. Woo, down that way. He had to cut a couple of trees for us to get through, but we made it through it, and we're back up at the top, and we're headed back to the camp. Okay, we made it back here at the skinning shed. I went and changed out some clothes, and we're getting ready to process this deer, but I'll show you the hanging weight on it, which we do our weight by full body until we get it skinned out. So it's so we got 103.5, I guess, 103.5, and he's gonna we quarter them out and process them, and that get them on ice, and then that's what we do. We take them home, and they last about a week. I'll see you in a little bit. I'm gonna run back down to the house and get us something to eat. So I'm gonna get us some lunch going so we can be done and ready for afternoon hunt. And I want to thank you all for going on this journey with me. It was a great day hunting. We got this doe. We got to harvest the doe, and we'll see what this evening brings. And I don't know if I'll make it back out there or not tonight. I'm gonna see how long it takes us. It takes a little bit to quarter this deer out and get it skinned. So again, thank you all for following me, and if you're new, welcome. This is kind of some different stuff that I'm doing for the holidays. And again, you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we will see you back in the next video.